Welcome back, everyone. This is Cody Hart for Government Accountability, and it is Monday, November 22nd. And as many people out there are aware, last week on Thursday, I had my hearing challenging some of the procedures used in the 2021 November election. And specifically, I brought into the court my concerns about videos that I had obtained that confirmed our Skagit County auditor was not requiring any verification or signature verification. And I meant that way, both of those, no ID verification or signature verification to obtain a ballot in Skagit County. I have a video here, and I just want to first apologize. We had some technical issues with the audio from the hearing. And in this, I'm just going to provide a clip and some feedback today. There's a lot more about this coming up in the future. So why don't we listen in here to part 2 of the hearing and some of the statements made by Judge Stiles in regards to what I had submitted to the court.
Mr. Hart, but the replacement ballot statute, which is different than the registration statute and different than the provisional ballot statute. The replacement ballot statute by our legislature does not require a signature to verify that the person requesting the replacement ballot is the registered voter, as opposed to a registered voter. That anyone from the statute as outlined by the legislature, anybody can come in and request that ballot by mail, electronically or otherwise. This statute does not require a signature for the person getting the replacement ballot. Does it create those risks and issues that you've identified? Some of those, presumably so, though the way it's outlined in the statute is that protection, is argued by the state, is protected, if you will, by the ultimate ballot that is counted versus compared to the signature on the ballot versus the signature that the registered voter has already submitted to the auditor's office. Because the statute doesn't require specific signature verification by the auditor when someone comes in and asks for a replacement ballot, your motion, sir, is denied. That obviously it creates issues, Mr. Hart, that you've identified, that you've got potentially a ballot mailed to someone that might get voted, and someone else coming in and asking for a replacement ballot might not be the registered voter. And there may be 2 ballots that are ultimately submitted to the county. The legislature has to fill that hole. The courts aren't here to fill the hole, and the legislature is clearly, in those other scenarios, as the initial registration and the provisional ballot, requiring a signature. Mr. Hart, have you had a chance to review the
So I will say that the judge didn't side with me, and I think he was wrong. I stated that later on in the video, but I'm more so wanting to make sure everyone's aware. Judge Stiles, in his statements that you just heard, confirmed that Washington State's election system has massive holes in it. It does not have an adequate chain of custody. And in his words, people can go retrieve ballots at the election office. And that's why he believes the auditor should not have been reprimanded because the legislature wasn't clear enough. So I disagree with him. I'll be addressing this in the future and explain this to everyone out there more, but more so I want everyone to understand this is a victory. A victory for those of us out there. Everyone can show everyone this video. When people say our election system in Washington State is safe and secure, not according to Judge Stiles and not according to the judicial system in Skagit County. What else has been proven? It's been proven that the auditor has been giving ballot material out to people who don't necessarily have the right to have it. Thank you, Mr. Stiles, for saying that and proving it in the way that I know everyone out there already knows. He wouldn't give me the legal victory. I will just say it right now. He had an outcome he was trying to achieve. When you listen to his full conclusions in this posting this case that I'll post later on with audio improved, you'll hear directly that he is nonsensical. The legal basis for what he said is irrational. It's not founded in law. It's an opinion. He decided to make some stuff up, in my opinion. And I think that there's going to be some harsh consequences for him in the near future for that. Does it mean I'm done fighting? No, I'm right. He, in one part at least, confirmed I'm right. And that's because of how vigorously I argued the facts. Those who watched the full video, part one, can hear how on point I was and how clear the laws are. And I think that created this situation. So that's my advice to everyone out there. You have to have the facts. You have to be able to argue them vigorously and understand. And we've proven it now. The judicial system has people within it. For those of us who understand that our election system is flawed in Washington State, there are those politically aligned that do not want some of their allies to be punished in the way that we, the public, would expect. And so we have to be aware that we cannot truly trust the judicial system. Again, I think Mr. Stiles is going to have some peers and some consequences in the legal situation for what he's done. I am going to move forward with that part. But in this sense, again, Washington State's election system is broken. The Washington Skagit County Superior Court, with Judge Stiles, has confirmed there's flaws in it, holes in it. And for those who ever wondered, these holes amounted to tens of thousands of votes across our state, tens upon tens of thousands in the 2020 election, further confirming the illegitimacy of many officials elected statewide and through federal elections. We have an illegitimate election system in Washington State. So I wanted to just point this out to everyone, and because I think a lot of people are going to think that that was a loss last week. In reality, it's the beginning of massive victories. I really look at it that way because they did everything they could to me to try to completely minimalize and dismiss what I was bringing to the court's attention. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. All them lawyers, fancy people, high elitists in our government couldn't stop me, a common person. And that's what I'm telling all of you. They can't stop you. You get the facts straight, you understand the argument, and you act passionately, and you pursue fixing this mess that we have in Washington State. So thanks everyone again. I have some big news, probably going to be out before Thanksgiving. I'll post that when it's available. Keep your eyes out for the improved audio of the entire hearing, part one and part two. I'll be pushing that out as soon as I can. Apologize again for the technical difficulties. And we are winning this fight, everyone. These are the victories that will assure we have a truly legitimate election system at some point, and that we are winning because we are on the right side of this issue. So thanks everyone again for your support. I will keep informing you as this moves forward.